One of my favorite non-biblical quotes is by Mark Twain. If a cat sits on a hot stove, that cat won't sit on a hot stove again. That cat won't sit on a cold stove either. That cat just don't like stoves. How do we learn from our past the right things and not too much is hard to do? In America, we have this saying, right, called hindsight is 2020, and we look back on something, we understand it better. But I would push back on that. Originally came across this idea in Creativity Inc. Ed Catmull, one of the Pixar guys, they would go through experiences and they'd look back on situations and everybody would remember it slightly differently. Sound familiar? When we go through experiences, we often will learn too much or not enough. Best example I can think of is in parenting. In parenting, my parents never. So therefore, when I go, my kids, I go to the extreme. So if I never had any whatever growing up, or we never took vacations, or I never provided for, they always had their job and earned it, whatever. I earned it on my own. We overlearn these lessons. Is that the only way to teach our kids, right? Is mowing the lawn the only way to teach them hard work? No, it's a great one. But there are other ways we can teach our kids lessons. The issue I'm trying to get at is how do we learn from our past experience the right amount and not too much? How do we go through the negative pieces and the positive ones? Honestly, when we're winning, what we know is that we're winning. When we lose, we have very candid experience about what's not working, right? So what I'm trying to tease out is how do we learn from past experience? I think the absolute key of learning from past experience is reflection and discussion. If I just have it in my own head and I look back on what I think worked over the last season, the last success, the last big sale, the last whatever it is, I'm going to learn something. Is it the right lesson? I don't know, right? Especially when it comes to important pivotal turns within business or within the home or within how we parent. All of those things, we need reflection. And I would press you leaders strong enough to slow down, push something through your fingers, write it out, talk to people that are important about it. Go, hey, this is what I thought was going on here. What did you hear? Oh, I didn't think it was a success because of that aspect of our sales process. I think it's just because our relationship was strong enough over here. Get to know the full picture. When you have better data, you make better decisions. So how do we slow down enough to interpret the past correctly so that we make better decisions going forward? We're really great at moving forward. We're really great at looking miles, years, months down the line. But we need to stop every so often, have a cadence of reflection to learn the right lessons and not too much. So what do you think? How can you learn from your past more effectively? Love to hear the tips in the comments section of the LinkedIn video.